Hello, my dear students. Today we'll start with the chapter Microorganisms, Friend or Foe. Foe. It's not foe, it's foe. Okay. Before starting this chapter, I would like to do some sort of activity. Okay. Whatever you are having in your hands, whatever like pencil, eraser, book, whatever, just keep it down. Keep it down. Okay. Now just observe your palms and tell me that can you see anything in your arms? Can you see anything? No, I cannot see anything, and I think you might also be not able to see anything. But do you know that these palms, which you are seeing now, that has millions and billions of microorganisms, different types of microorganisms that are present. Okay, they are not visible with your eyes, but still they are present in your palms. Like approximately, if we think about it, then there would be approx like the total overall population of the world equivalent or even more than that microorganisms are present on your single palm. Okay, so on both the palms there are millions and billions of different types of microorganisms that are present on your palms, not only on your palms but on your skin, also inside your mouth, your gut. Different types of microorganisms are present. So why are they not causing you harm? Because we have heard like bacteria and all can cause harm to our body. No, not all the types of microorganisms can cause harm to your body. Some are very much beneficial for your body, right? Some are very much useful for commercial purposes. But why cannot I see them? Because why am I not able to see them? Because of their size. Their size is very, very small. You cannot see it with your naked eyes. You need special instruments that is known as microscope for it. So this is just a basic introduction for this chapter. So what is the basic meaning of microorganism? Microorganisms are the living organisms. These are the living organisms which we cannot see we cannot see with naked eyes. With naked eyes. Okay, why we cannot see? Because their size is small. Okay, but what if I want to see it? So I will use an instrument that is known as microscope. With the help of microscope I can see these microorganisms. Okay, now here there will be some students which will tell me, ma'am, we don't believe you that there are microbes present, we are unable to see them. Okay, I'll tell you about one experiment. Perform it. Okay, take two bread slices and sprinkle some water on it and take a plastic bag. Okay, now on one bread slide you can just place your palm. You can place your palm on the bread slide, and on another bread slide. Don't do anything. Now put both the bread slice in a polythene. Okay, and after 2 or 3 days you will observe that the bread slides on which you have placed your arm, some molds are present, like something blackish type of thing you will observe on your bread. Why? Because your palm contains microorganisms, even if you cannot see it with your eyes. Fine. Okay, so now this is one of the experiment which you can perform if you really want to. Next, so there are different types of microorganisms. Okay, there are different types of microorganisms. Now the different types of microorganisms include, number one is bacteria. Okay, next is fungi, next is protozoa, and next is algae. Okay, so these are the different types of microorganisms which are present all around us. Okay, which are present around us. Now looking back for fungi, now different types of fungi include bread mold, then penicillium, then aspergillus, Okay, so these are the different types of fungus or fungi which are present around us. In protozoa, there are types of protozoa like amoeba and paramecium okay, and in algae the different types of algae include clemi clemido chlamydomonas and spiro spirogyra spirogyra. Okay, so these are the different types of microorganism. Now apart from all these four, there is also a different type of microorganism. Now it is not considered as microorganism because of one of its properties. See, and that different type of microorganism is virus. Why? Because see, these four, like bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and algae, these are present, these are active. Okay, even if they are outside the body, even if they are inside, they are active. But these viruses have a special property that they are microscopic. They can be observed only under the microscope. You cannot see it with the eyes. But viruses are inactive when they are outside the body, but they become active when they are inside the body. Right, so this is one such property of virus. We'll study this in detail, okay, further, but this is just the basics about types of microorganisms. Now another thing is, are these microorganisms unicellular or multicellular? Unicellular or multicellular? Okay, what is the meaning of unicellular and multicellular? See, what are humans? Let's take an example of humans. Okay, now we have different types of cells to perform different functions. For example, our heart cells perform different function, our nerve cells perform different functions, right? Our liver cells perform different functions. So we are multicellular, like we have different cells to perform different functions. On the other hand, in unicellular organisms, all the functions are done by a single type of cell. For example, if we take, okay, I'll consider that my heart cells will perform all the functions, like it will pump the blood, it will take a part in digestion of things, it will clear my kidney, like it will pass on my kidney, it will digest everything inside my body, right? So if that would be in my body, then I would be considered as unicellular. But now we are multicellular because different types of cells in our body perform different functions. So what is the meaning of unicellular then? Unicellular means a single type of cell will perform all the activities starting from ingestion, digestion, respiration. Everything will be performed by a single type of cell. Okay, so who are unicellular? So basically bacteria are unicellular. Okay, bacteria. Then some algae are unicellular, some algae are also unicellular. Then protozoa are also unicellular. On the other hand, multicellular. Now here I cannot write humans because the chapter is about microorganisms. So fungi is multicellular, and also some algae are also multicellular. Okay, now there are some disease mentioned in your book. The disease are basically dysentery. Okay, dysentery. Okay, dysentery. This is basically caused by protozoa. Protozoa. Okay, what happens in what is the cause of dysentery? Not dysentery, it's dysentery. When you are consuming any of the contaminated food, okay, which have protozoa in it, then you will have this dysentery. What will happen? You will the stool which you are passing, that will be like blood will also come in your stool. Along with it, you will have mucus in your stool. Okay, so that basically happens in dysentery. So this is one of the disease that is caused by protozoa. Another disease is malaria. Another disease that is caused by protozoa is malaria. Okay, it is caused by mosquito bite and it can lead to high fever. Okay, talking about disease that can be caused by bacteria. bacteria disease, two bacteria disease are given over here. So one is typhoid. Typhoid can also be caused by contaminated food and water, and that can lead to high fever. And TB. TB means tuberculosis. Now what happens in tuberculosis, that for example, if an individual is having tuberculosis and I come in contact with that person, so I'll also have that disease. So this is basically caused by air droplets. Now what will happen, that in this I'll continuously cough and cough, and there are chances that in my cough there would be blood particles also. Okay, so these are the examples of disease which are caused by some of the microorganisms. Okay, now we were talking about virus. Okay, we were talking about virus. So virus, so as I said that virus are also microscopic, they are also microscopic, but they are different from other microbes, different from other microbes, right? Okay, now the disease which are caused by virus are cold, okay, cough, then polio. If you have heard about this polio, what happens in polio? In polio, your nervous system get damages. That could actually lead to paralysis. That could lead to the muscle weakness. You will be very much weak. You won't be even able to walk properly. You won't be able to do any of the activity properly. So that is caused by polio. And now it is like you have heard many times that the babies which are just born are given this polio vaccines, because once there was a time when there were a lot of children getting affected by this polio. Okay, so for this like children are taking polio vaccines and everything. Apart from it, an example is given of chickenpox, that is also caused by this virus, chickenpox. Okay, what happens in chickenpox? In chickenpox, your body will get red color blisters. There will be red color blisters all around your body. So these are the basic examples of viruses which are provided in your book. Fine. Now, okay. Do you know, have you heard that during Corona it was said that eat and drink hot water or hot things, right? That will ultimately lead to, you'll not get affected by the virus. But that was not true at all. Okay, viruses, microorganisms, some of the viruses and microorganisms can survive in wide ranges of temperature. So, talking about where do microorganisms live? So microorganisms can live. They can live in high temperatures, like in such temperatures that human cannot survive. Okay, a normal temperature like during summer is approximately 42 degrees Celsius. These microorganisms can survive for more than 100 degrees Celsius of temperature, 200 degrees Celsius of temperature. Then they can survive in marshy area. Okay, then they can survive in extremely salty places, extremely salty areas. They can survive in deserts. Okay, see, now it is generally we say like, okay, we are having some sort of food. Okay, our mama puts the food in the fridge. So what will happen, that the do you think that the growth of microorganism will stop in it? No, it will not stop. It will just, the intensity by which the microorganism is getting divided in any type of food, the intensity will get reduced. So this is the only change which can occur. Otherwise microorganisms can survive in wide ranges of temperature, wide ranges of conditions. And also they have one such property that they can adapt after some time. For example, there is a specific type of microorganism which cannot survive in high temperature. After some time there will be changes in that microorganism, and the changes will be such that they would be able to survive in that high temperature also. Okay, so it's just a myth that microorganisms cannot survive in high temperatures. No, different types of microorganisms can be favored by different types of temperatures and conditions, environmental conditions. Fine. Okay, extremely high temperature, as well as I'll write here low temperature. Low temperature means extremely low, minus temperature. minus temperatures also they can survive. Okay, so today, okay, wait, then now microorganisms, are they beneficial to us or are they harmful to us? Okay, so see, microorganisms can be harmful, can be either harmful or can be useful, can be useful. Okay, so today we'll I'll just tell you the basic about it. How are they useful or beneficial? Useful or beneficial. How? See, first of all, we'll not go in detail today. We'll continue this in next lecture. How are they useful? See, for the production of curd, they are useful in food industry. Okay, for the production of curd, how? We'll see this in next lecture. Then they are then they also include, okay, you have been eating dosas or idlis, right? So there is a procedure known as fermentation that happens in the in the batter you are taking, in the rice batter you are taking, right? So that fermentation leads to the you can prepare a tasty dosa. Why? The fermentation also occurs because of microorganisms. Apart from it, it is also, microorganisms are also useful for making vaccines. They are also useful for making antibiotics. Okay, the bun which you are eating, okay, the bun which you are eating, that is also being produced in industry, in food industry. That also involves the microorganism. Okay, why you get such type of fluffy texture of it? Why? Because of microorganisms. Okay, there is fermentation. But microorganisms can also be harmful because they can cause certain types of diseases, right? Yes, these diseases can be cured, but some of them cannot be cured and can lead to adverse effect on your body. So we'll learn about this in next class. Till that, see you, bye.